Hey, beautiful people, good evening to you. So, I saw something just now on the news. The Seaview Primary's principal is in fear of, is it a female? I'm not sure if it's a female or male life. I'm getting the impression it's a female. She's a female life. But the principal of Seaview Primary, and I saw the cards, the placards that were up. We need our money, we need our money, we need our money. The usual cry. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think that that school is a private entity. Hence, it wouldn't be the principal and her immediate administration that would be paying the teachers. This would be coming from the Ministry of Finance vis-a-vis the Ministry of Education, and then they disseminate how the payments go according to the government-owned schools. I am very much surprised that her life is being threatened, because I guess they don't know who to cast the aspersions and who to cast the blame on for her life to be threatened. But people, I wanted to understand it would not be the principal that would directly pay. This has to come from, again, the Ministry of Finance vis-a-vis the Ministry of Education, and then they disseminate it to the relevant bodies so that the teachers from the relevant schools would be paid. This would not be directly coming from the principal. If I'm incorrect, if I'm in ignorance, probably somebody can correct me. I have no qualms in being corrected on same, but as you know, that is how the knowledge that I have in terms of how teachers, the principal herself, the administration in the schools are paid. Once it's a government-owned school. If it's a private entity, then it's different. Then it's the owner of the school that would disperse the funds to the teachers' accounts. So I am not. Right. So I'm a bit confused, I should say. I'm a bit confused and startled, because that must be horrible and horrendous in the mind of the principal to be fearing for his or her life, at the mercy of the teachers and whomever supporters are there with the placards saying we need our money. Oh my God, I don't know. Our country is really in a dark place, my beautiful Jamaicans. Our country is really and truly in a dark place. We have lost it. And the only way that people are knowing how to handle things is through retaliation, through killing, through stealing, through chopping, through scamming, just all the atrocities that you can think of, all the evils that you can think of, all the vitriol that you can think of, all the rancor that you can think of. Because it's like we've lost all sensibility. Worse yet, the foundation was not built on solid ground, meaning quite a number of people are uneducated. Quite a number of people lack mental ability. Quite a number of people do not have comprehension skills. Their basic phonics is a little bit above 0, but below 2. It sounds really bad to say this. And if you doubt me, go and look at some of the high schools in which the students are reading at grade 4 level or below, or basic school level or below at a high school. It therefore tells me a story of a generational curse of lacking solid education being passed down, because therefore there's no way that their parents would be very educated and they're reading at that level at the high school. So I don't need to go and investigate that. It already tells me the story. As a social scientist, it tells me the story, because if I'm educated, it's impossible, unless it's a baby that was just born, that my child at a high school level, at secondary level, is not even reading. I can't even say reading at a primary level, reading below the primary level, at the kindergarten level, literally at the kindergarten level. So right away it tells me that story, what the parents and grandparents' condition or the conditions are. Condition is, or the conditions are. Our country's in a bad state of mind. See, they think it's a principal that pays them. It cannot be unless the principal usurped the authority of the relevant bodies, found a way to get the money to pay the teachers and did not pay the teachers. It's not a private school. So I'm not sure why is it that the principal's life is being threatened. Is it because they can't reach the right party? So they go for the next best in their minds. They go for somebody in authority in their minds. We can't catch Quacker, we catch him short. So we can't catch the people who's supposed to pay us. So we go hold at ransom her life or his life. We're going to threaten that person and find a way, because it could be a backhanded way of sending a message to the powers that be by threatening in the principal's life. Just like when these people kidnap people and hold whoever it is that they kidnapped of significance, to the victims or victim or victims. So it's not so much the person that they're holding, it's for the victim or victims to give in to what and to why somebody was held at ransom for them. So it could be a matter as to why, that could be the answer as to why they threatened the life of the principal. Because, as I said, it would not be the principal who would pay you. It would be coming from the Ministry of Finance vis-a-vis the Ministry of Education, and then they disseminate it accordingly so that on a month-to-month basis, hopefully, you are paid. I know, unfortunately, for some private entity, teachers are not necessarily paid on time, are paid effectively or efficiently rather, because maybe students don't pay their school fees, the school is not getting a lot of fundraising events to generate income, for increase to come in, so they struggle. And it's a sad state of affairs. It's just a sad state of affairs. I don't know. Our country is in a dark place, and we need to, as men and women, have got to really get back to the basics, get down into some deep prayer and fasting, and really a sort of solitude with God, seeking Him in prayer and supplication and thanksgiving, with our hearts and our lives clean before Him. It's not perfect, but we have to now make it right, because these things are going to escalate and get out of control. I don't want our country to end up in the same fate. No disrespect to the Haitians, but as what is happening in Haiti. But people are being pushed. They have lost it. They have lost it because they've been crying out. The generation before has been crying out. The generation before has been crying out. I can hardly believe that we have 60 odd years of independence and so-called emancipation, and yet we're still shackled. We're shackled financially. We're shackled mentally. We're shackled emotionally. We're shackled spiritually. We are shackled. People are seeking everything but God to get help, and going to run back in more problems. Because if you seek everything but God to get help, you're seeking problem to solve problems. That's exactly what we're doing. My beautiful people, please desist from holding at ransom the principal. It's not the principal. And again, unless the principal usurped the authority and found a way to get the monies that were sent out and chose not to pay you, which I don't think that could be the case. Unless it is a private institution. I don't get the impression that Seaview Primary is a private institution, but let us say I don't know. Then maybe I could understand how you feel, but even then, and I'm pretty sure it's a government institution. So it wouldn't be the principal. Violence will not rectify the situation. I understand what it means when you don't get your money, because, it's almost like when it says water is the staff of life. Money is like oxygen. It's like the staff of life. We can't do anything really, most things without money. Majority of the things that we do require money. Having the clothes on that I have on requires money. The jewelry I have on requires money. If I drink some water, it requires money. Whether I get it from the pipe or I buy a bottle of water, still requires, because I'm going to have to pay the water bill. Using the light, the electricity requires money, because you're going to have to pay the electricity bill at the end of the month. So we see the issue already where money is concerned. We're forced to need it. So when they're not getting it, and all the bill collectors come and all the bills piling up, they're going to lose all sensibility. It's like a hungry man is an angry man. And that is what is happening at Seaview Primary. They are hungry, so they're extremely angry. And they can't catch Quaco, so them catch the shot, which is a principle, so to speak. Life, that's awful. And then when it settles, for him or her to come back to work takes Herculean strength, Samson type strength, because that's not easy, because it means that you don't know if another thing should happen. It's the same thing happening again. Your life is being threatened, and this time it may move from threat to something more dangerous. It's a sad state of affairs. I'm literally broken by this. Guys, follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this message please.